Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Command World War II. World at War, not war in Europe. It's quite difficult for me to keep saying that. Either way, let's get back into the game. It's March 13. And yeah, I was a bit all over the place in the previous episode, so I did things here and there, but I think we should, at least for now, systematically check every theater of war and just, you know, make sure that we got everything covered. So, for example, these guys can still move here, and instead of that, I'd rather upgrade them. Really want to get to infantry weapons level 2 as fast as possible with the Italians. Besides that, I do need to have some garrisons. I'd actually rather not have them in Elagela, but at least up here, and actually also at least a garrison in Tobruk, since it's a national morale objective. Well, not that the British are going to have an easy time invading there. Well, maybe we shouldn't worry about it too much there. At least we cut off this tank. We still have to wait for a bit until it's completely out of supply, because it still has 6, so those attacks aren't gonna do a whole lot just yet. I do need to get it out of entrenchment too, but right, let's actually do this. No, I didn't even lose entrenchments there. Well, never mind. Anyway, that takes care of Africa. Let's then go for some of the submarine engagements. I'll put them... Oh, these are in silent mode still, huh? Well, that wasn't too smart. So it's not actively hunting right now. These guys are in hunting mode, yeah. So blue is hunting and red is silent. Gonna keep that up for a bit. Let's get these guys over here. We had a couple of these guys up here too. I have to put them in different locations each time, otherwise it would be too easy to find them. Let's reinforce some of these guys, and we can actually already send these out. Immediately getting into contact with a destroyer. Not too happy about that. Let's get you back on track. These guys as well. Alright. It's a bit of a shame that the weather isn't too great yet here. I have to say that I'm feeling rather unfortunate with this continued bad weather all the time. It just... it seems different from previous games where it, I think, was more stable, but it seems to be a bit more random now. Like, they seem to have either implemented a model in which you have random... Well, not exactly random, but there's a chance of getting a certain type of weather. Because I've been checking out, you know, other videos, and other people are definitely getting different weather from me. So where other people, for example, would have already good weather in March, I'm actually still here in this rain and this mud. So that's a bit of a shame. Just like it's a shame that this unit still won't be destroyed, because I'm just not getting the results that I need. Well... yeah, I don't have the troops really to do anything about that, but they're taking up such a huge chunk of forces. It's a bit of a shame. Now, what I could do is actually just operate this core and just move it over here as well. So these guys will also start engaging that infantry, and then hopefully the next turn will actually destroy it. I will deal with actual Russia last. So like I said, I just want to bring a bit of stability to all the things that I'm doing out here. I'm gonna set these to hunting mode. We're close enough to these regions by now. They're quite far out, I do have to say. Alright. They will start hunting on the next turn. I'm a bit surprised there are no convoys coming from going from Australia towards the United States. in any form. Not even through any of these islands either. But, oh well. I wouldn't know how to take the Fiji Islands here. It seems like we just have to get them separately. Either way, these guys kind of have to wait until they can get going again. So that is one thing. These guys can move down towards Kuching. No real thing to do there. Already try to take care of Singapore down there. We do have a couple of destroyers somewhere around this area. And they're currently up here trying to deal with this. They can... Okay, these guys could still strike. These guys couldn't. And neither can these. How about you? No. Alright, so already attacked these enough. They should be in zero supply with the port being destroyed entirely. And the city itself also not giving any supply. So I hope that we'll be able to eventually do a bit better on the damage. Meanwhile, these guys are all out of port. That's good. I have this HQ out there now. I will link up these forces to the HQ on the next turn. These guys got everything covered. These guys can still strike. I do want to strike at this unit because I still have the chance to deal damage. Even if it's just a little. And I'm also damaging my own forces. And it does help to lower morale and such. Each time the morale gets down by 1, increasing the chance that I will deal damage on the next attacks. And already we can see here the ON1 kind of results. So these guys also will still bomb, damaging the city out there. And how about you? Okay, they should move closer a bit. Alright, let's move these guys up here. And then we should still destroy this here port. Seems like that's not going to do a whole lot. And let's block the area. Where should they go? I also want to repair these guys in due time. They can still strike. They should be in naval tactical mode, yes. Alright, nothing came out of it, but that's not a problem. Alright, so we're poised to strike, or to take that on the next turn, I think. Are there any areas where we don't actually need the garrison, such as here? Yes, there is. Let's operate them. And I also want to send these guys over to Chongqing through Wuhan. So let's first move these guys, then operate them all the way to Wuhan, and then send them to Chongqing as well in order to function as anti-partisan units. Wow, I have very little MPP left. I think that what I could do here is send over the core. And let's actually see, because there's no partisan activity there. Yeah, the real question is, where do I want to send these guys? I don't need them up here either. And for now, I don't really need them down here. I could potentially try to take either of these ports and then send my troops in there. I wonder if they can actually get up through that area. Maybe by amphibious transport it would be okay too, but then I would have to go for long range. And I will send them further. I can already take these oil fields or try to go to Batavia. And then I can't upgrade these guys anymore, but that's okay. Alright, let's see what we can do up here. Couldn't destroy either of those, unfortunately. And they cannot go back now. I'll still just try to deal as much damage as possible. Because I think they can't repair that much. These guys are in very poor supply right now. Through this side. Really need to take Langchao in order to do a bit better there. Because I still think that the Chinese are now at a point where they cannot repair all the losses that they are taking. So any damage that they take will be very problematic for them. That's what I think. Where can you go? Okay, let's go down here. Let's go down. I think the situation up here isn't that critical. It's not very important for me to take this region. This doesn't give any MPP, and this doesn't either. So I should really focus on these two cities and leave it at that. So because there seems to be rain still, indeed there's no way I'm gonna be able to bomb there. Just send these guys a bit closer. Let's reinforce you back up to 10, because I still can. And that's pretty much it for Japan. Once again, out of MPP, so that's where I'm gonna leave my operations. If Singapore falls, I believe at that point the supplies start running from Rangoon over to Japan itself. Only I think this is blocking it. Let's start dealing with Russia. Turns are starting to take quite a bit longer now. Let's destroy these tanks. And take Maikop. That's great. That will give us some nice MPP, or at least deny MPP for the Soviets, since that's a fuel depot. How much supply does this give? 3 now. Let's get the army HQ on there and take the Grozny oil fields. So these guys are still barring the way, but you know, we'll get them. And there's also still this these units, but well, we'll see. So currently need to get these guys just close to Rostov for now. I say Sevastopol also doesn't need any anti-partisan unit. I can just leave it at that, but I do need to place one at Maikop and one up here. So I can leave this unit right on that position, forcing those guys back and giving me a garrison unit. I definitely need more garrison units still. I have 2 up here. Let's operate one of these all the way down here, so they can occupy this hex, and I'll send the other one over down here. So they can occupy Maikop. I still need one next to Grozny as well, and potentially one for Baku if we actually get there. But we'll have to wait for that for now. Destroy it. Great. So taking that, and that means that these guys are all okay. I'll how much does this cost? 10 MPP. Nah, I have something better to do. So I'd rather not attach these. And like I said, I want to have a bit of a defensive position here. I'm pretty much only interested in just repairing these guys and building up their entrenchments. So I'm not actively looking to attack there. What I am looking to do is move this army up there and at least secure this position as well. So I'm going to take a defensive position around Stalingrad. Meanwhile, the Italian unit is slowly approaching that. Let's see. They have 0 entrenchments. Actually gonna attack. I went marginally well. No. But not that second attack though. I did bloody it quite a bit, but unfortunately it didn't get destroyed. Can't get the army in there, but I'll move it closer. And I can't attach anything else, but these guys are pretty well covered. I think at least this HQ needs to take these guys, because they can only take 4, so that these guys are without an HQ there. And if I can, I will reinforce my units. So for now, let's get you closer. Also because I want the HQ to get a little bit closer. Destroy the unit at Bryansk, retake it. Don't need any partisan, anti-partisan units. I do have Voronezh covered. Alright, these guys are just gonna hold their ground. How about attaching these for now? So this HQ has those units. This HQ has at least these. Yeah, it's a real shame that these guys are in 5 supply and these guys are at 6 supply. Because this is the unit that I really need to get back up to 10. They will also go back, and then once they're in good supply, because Smolensk has been repaired enough, then we can once again go on the offensive. What I'll do for now, though, is just reinforce. Yeah. And move these guys a bit. Well. I forgot that this was actually a city there. Alright. So they're gonna take that back. That is unfortunate. Guess I'll have to retake it afterwards. Let's attach these 2 planes. So they'll be doing a bit better. Kind of need an HQ up there too, but I don't have one at the moment. And we're, well, not necessarily doing poor on supply, but or on MPP. And I can't bomb due to the bad weather. Get you back up to 10. That's good. You know, if I can't reinforce it, yeah. Okay, what can we do here? Next unit would be this army. Needs to be destroyed. I can move the HQ. Let's detach this. Attach these guys so they now have 2 panzers. I'll move this unit up here. And let's start getting some more of these units out there so we can attack a bit more properly. Doesn't need to be destroyed necessarily, but every bit helps, and maybe we actually can destroy it. That would be great. No, it retreated. That's quite a shame. Because it would be real nice if we could actually take it down. Now they will just repair it back up to 10. Alright. Let's get these guys back up with the few MPP that we have. Can I upgrade the town only? Alright. No problem. Not attacking. That's rather useless. Alright, that does deal with all of the units over here as well. I can't... actually, I can still do a few things over here. Let's get you close. Can I actually attack something right now? If I move up here? Yes, but the damage is just no good. So I still have to wait for good weather, even with that. That's okay. Either way, that means that I have taken care of everything right now. I've spent all of my MPP except for the Italians. What I'll just do is I will actually just go and buy another garrison, because I don't have that many points. And I'll be putting them to good use anyway. So, let's see what we can expect from the enemy. Once again, the UK morale suffers from the loss of Alexandria. Cairo hopefully soon. Borneo surrenders, giving me not that much. Plundering 13 MPP. That's better than nothing. Yeah, sure. I really needed supply in there. Might actually go and put a garrison unit in there. Suez Canal limits Italian supply in Abyssinia. Why though? We own it. Maybe we need to take Egypt in its entirety. It might be linked to that, so yeah, as long as we don't take Cairo, then it might be that that's why our supply is poor there. But I expect to take it next turn, so that should be okay then. Yep, they put a new unit in there. That was really stupid of me, letting them retake Kaluga. Okay, so they did repair those two. Wonder if they have enough to repair those guys down there too. It would surprise me if they did, but you never know. Okay, so they're switching around their units for a bit. Probably repairing these back to 10, but we might be able to destroy this this core, allowing us to move on to Vyazma as well. I'm sure they have a unit in Veliki Luki. Yeah, they don't have the points there. Okay, so they're just repairing a few units. Ooh. Having tanks there, huh? Means that this unit at Vornash really does need to be repaired quite a bit. Get out of there. No. Alright, this is gonna be tough. Yes. Great, alright. That means that it will probably survive. Taking 1 damage is not that bad. Oh. It dies from attack, but it still takes the damage. Well, this is why I blocked that straight there. That's because I knew it was going to be trouble. Having quite a bit of luck here with my submarines. Quite nice. Very happy about that. I definitely need that plane closer. So far, so good. Really? That's really bad. I'm gonna have to, yeah, pull that off the line as well. A bit surprised that I took so much damage there, but these are armies, so... But they're attacking across the river. Well, I can rotate these guys a bit. Maybe I should keep that army around, just in case, because it might be too much otherwise. Now that's ballsy. Well, I guess it works for them. I still need to move that tank up. Yeah, that's not working for you. In a way, I'm somewhat happy that the Soviets are so aggressive, because it means that they're spending more on repairs than on buying new units, while I'm still actually advancing. So I'm continuously taking more territory from the Soviets and making sure that they get less and less MPP. So the idea is that at some point the balance will shift and I will get more MPP than the Soviets do. And then I should be able to get the upper hand over them. Which I don't think is the case yet. Because the Soviets do get a whole lot, but... especially with the success in Africa and the possible acquisition of the oil fields there, I feel that we should be getting another MPP boost for the Germans relatively soon, or at least that's what I hope. They don't seem to have that many units down in the Caucasus, so it might be that I can take that over. If I can cut off these forces, that would be excellent. Please give me good weather at least, because it will be already April. Okay, so they're deploying new units to HQ. Thousands of Polish soldiers. Yeah, sure. Leave the USSR actually taking a damage there, that unit. The British communists lead the campaign, calling for a second front now. Well, who knows? They might actually try. I wonder if the Americans will still go for Operation Torch if I have taken Egypt. And finally, get that rocket artillery. I will place it in Lublin so I can immediately transport it. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's just deal with a few things in China first. Which is the destruction of a few units here. Finally. There we go. Those units down. That means I will be taking that railroad up till this point. But yeah, let's move you up one hex. And I can switch these up. Attack again. These already did attack. So unfortunately, can't expect them to move anymore. And these guys also already did attack, okay. Is there now any unit that can take that city? I guess not. That's a bit sad though. Well, I guess I'll just keep attacking here, and I want to focus mainly on the nationalists. Because I'm not too afraid of the communists. They don't have that much MPP. So I'll take it slow with those guys, but the nationalists, yeah, they definitely need to take a beating here. Huh. Taking 6 damage there. Might even be able to destroy that. That would be absolutely excellent. And if... no, okay, afraid not. If they spend much points on repairing their airplane, that would also be great. Yeah, you can't attack, and I shouldn't let them. Okay. Yeah, trading 1 for 1 is good. Didn't happen. It's a shame. But we made good progress again, and I think actually on the next turn we can take Lang Chao and actually take their capital, which will then go all the way back to Urumqi. But that will happen on the next turn, so I think these guys, well, the Chinese are really counted for. And once that happens and I've taken this pass, I can shift another 5 units at the very least. And I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them over to defend the border with the Soviet Union and potentially declare war on them, depending on how many units I can actually send there. I think quite a few, and I don't need more units here right now. I think that would be a pretty good idea. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to end the video here. So I want to thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this part. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you on the next episode. So take care and see you there.